Once, I get it, a mistake. Twice, no. Something is going on in the UK. Something isn't right because somehow another accidental migrant prisoner, Algerian man, has been released when he shouldn't have been from HMP Wandsworth. What the hell is happening to this country? What are the government doing? What are they hiding? And why does this keep happening? This shouldn't be happening. And I am perplexed. We're going to show you the reaction of Starmer. We're going to show you the reaction of Lammy. And this comes in due course after James Carter's put continuous pressure on David Lammy today in Prime Minister's questions to basically say, has this happened again since the last one, since that Ethiopian guy had been released early and a mass manhunt? Questions were asked, questions weren't answered, and now the truth has come out. And this is True Brit Media, the channel that speaks the truth, exposes the truth, and lives the truth. And the truth must be heard. And the truth is this: they have tried to cover up another one of these migrant releases. How on earth are our prison system doing this accidentally? I don't understand. Something doesn't feel right. Something is wrong, and we need to find the truth in this. People, hit the subscribe button, like up this video, and get in the comments. What's your theories on this? Let me break this down for you right now. Right now. So here it is. This is the full detail of this. Summary. Police launched a second manhunt after another asylum seeker was wrongly released last week. The 24-year-old Algerian man was serving time for trespass with intent to steal and has previous sexual offences. He was mistakenly released from HMP Wandsworth on Wednesday, the 29th of October. The Met Police say they were only informed shortly after 1 p.m. yesterday, nearly a week later. Pause. It's been a whole week since this migrant has been wrongly released. A whole week to escape, to flock, to flee, to do whatever he pleases, to recommit offences. A whole week. What a shit show from our justice system. What a shit show from Keir Starmer. This can't happen. This isn't acceptable anymore. We can't just go another mistake. We can't just say, well, this isn't good enough. No, seriously now, there has to be a consequence, a massive one. People cannot feel safe in this country if our justice system and our police officers and our prison officers and our government are allowing this on our hands. Look, more details. This is the crazy bit. This comes despite new tighter checks described by David Lammy as the toughest ever, brought in to stop further accidental releases. Toughest checks ever. You're joking me. So you've had one prisoner released, you implement the toughest checks ever, and this is what comes of it? You fraud. You absolute fraud. Toughest checks ever. You're crazy. Lammy refused 5 times to say whether he knew when questioned by Tories at Prime Minister questions, but is now being reported he was aware of the missing prisoner before it became public. The man's name and photo have not yet been released. Why? Release it. Release the image. Release the photo so we can do and play our part as public to get this man back behind bars. But David Lammy, actually knowing this detail, and that's why he was grilled so hard in Prime Minister's questions. And if you don't know what I'm on about, at the end of this video, you'll be able to see one of my videos, the last upload, which is exactly that. Live footage of David Lammy being grilled and slaughtered for that exact question right there. And he lied to us. He lied, and lied. So what I'm going to show you now is the further comments. This is, I can't believe this. I really can't believe this. Here we go. Keir Starmer's stance on this. Well, it wasn't Keir Starmer. He had to put a bloody spokesman. News. Keir Starmer's spokesman suggested PM only became aware of the second accidental migrant release when the Met Police announced it. So what makes this even worse is that the Prime Minister didn't even know about it. He had to wait for the police to inform him. This is absolutely ridiculous. A clown, a circus. The worst tight ship I've ever seen. A sinking ship. This is crazy. He told reporters the Met have released a statement, I think, in the last few minutes. He said one mistaken release is one too many, and the case was utterly unacceptable. The spokesman couldn't say when Lammy found out, but reporters said he knew before Prime Minister's questions. Again, Keir Starmer, your government is in the shit. It has to fall on Starmer. If Lammy knew about it, why is Lammy not telling Starmer? Why is there not that communication from the Deputy Prime Minister to the Prime Minister? Serious consequences have to be found on this. This is our government. They don't even communicate amongst each other. They let prisoners released early, not once, but twice. We have the worst crime rates. We have deaths on our streets. We have taxes going through the roof from Rachel Reeves' crappy handling of the budget. It's just becoming a parody, a joke, a comedy club, and it's hurting. It's hurting, absolutely hurting. I think. Do you believe it? Do you believe it? Do you believe it or not? And then David Lammy, finally, his voice on this. David Lammy says he is absolutely outraged over the second accidental migrant release. I'm absolutely outraged and appalled by the mistaken release of a foreign criminal wanted by the police. The Met Police is leading an urgent manhunt, and my officials have been working through the night to take him back to prison. So he did know. Victims deserve better, and the public deserve answers. That is why I've already brought in the strongest checks ever to clamp down on such failures and ordered independent investigation. Well, no, you said you had checks. You said they were tighter after the last one, and look how shit they are. Led by Dame Lynn Owens to uncover what went wrong and address the rise in accidental releases, which has persisted for too long. The latest incident exposes deeper flaws across the failing criminal justice system we inherited. There we go. There's a stupid dig at the Tories. Dame Lynn Owens' investigation will leave no stone unturned to identify these issues so we can fix them, improve safeguards, and ensure the public is properly protected. Yeah, raise your hand if you don't have faith or trust in David Lammy or believe a word he's saying. Yeah, I thought so. And everyone else watching, I'm just appalled. Absolutely appalled. And as I said, thank goodness we have people like James Carter. This is the moment actually in Parliament where he put Lammy to the sword about this and said, look, I know you're bullshit. I know you're bullshit. Here we go. Are you ready? And look what the speaker does. I hate that the speaker did this, but listen to this from James Carter.
Serious issue, I think, Mr. Speaker, just to be clear. The Telegraph are reporting that a police manhunt has been launched for a second asylum seeker mistakenly freed from prison. The question is, Mr. Speaker, can you advise me on how I can ask the Justice Secretary whether he was aware of this when I asked him about it repeatedly in Prime Minister's question?
There we go. Exactly that. He was asked and asked. Lammy was actually asked 5 times that exact same question. And instead of responding to it, Lammy got angry, he got patronizing, he actually was quite passive aggressive, he didn't answer the question, he embarrassed himself, and quite frankly, this is now why. This is why. This all makes sense. And this is, as I said, come out after Prime Minister questions. The time of this is that David Lammy managed to escape this scrutiny. Although James Carter has a sniff of it, he managed to just escape it. That makes me know and wonder and realise that clearly the government are in tandem with the Telegraph. They are working with the mainstream media, because that story would have been released this morning before Prime Minister questions, so he would have been asked it. Disgusting, deplorable. I'm sick of it. Guys, I need to hear from you, the people. What do you think on this? I'm wrapping this one up. I'm furious. Ta-da.